All right, welcome back to another episode of Rent Free Sports. Brandon, Jose, how you boys doing?
Pretty good.
I'm scared my team might win tomorrow. This is back-to-back weeks where we're playing a team that is better than us, but like not enough to make me confident that we can lose. So scary times.
I'm feeling good after Colts win for sure. We don't have Stouty with us this week. He's working. The schedule's just in the line, but we're gonna try to get a little video from him to plug in at the end of just some quick takes you might have. He'll probably want to shit on the Dolphins and some Swifties. We'll see.
I think Taylor Swift, Time Person of the Year. Is that real?
Yeah, that's right. She's
Okay.
Time Person of the Year, which yeah, I'll be honest, makes sense. Stouty's probably disgusted.
Stout thinks it should be Pete Carroll, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't tell you. Oh, I didn't tell you, Brandon. I meant to send it to you today. Our favorite Twitter account, 3 Year Letterman, got a bunch of people like just making a funny tweet about Taylor Swift. He was like, I have been screaming and punching my phone screen for 45 minutes looking at this. It's like the photo of Taylor Swift, and he just listed off like a bunch of like funny celebrities like Demi Lovato, people who should have deserved it.
Hey, Demi, voice of an angel. Okay, I don't think she gets the credit she deserves or how good her singing voice actually is. I know there's some other stuff there, but the music's
Whatever,
great.
whatever. Yeah, you did mention that you're scared your team's gonna lose tomorrow. I
No,
don't
win.
or win. Yeah, my bad. I don't blame you. I'm gonna bet the under. That's the only thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I might take Pat's spread just to kind of hedge both, like in case we worsen our draft position, at least I'll make some money on it.
Have you given any look at it yet, Jose?
Yeah. So this game, it's just kind of like one of those milestones in my career, I think, because if I bet this game, I've got, I'm a different type of gambler now. So there's no reason anyone should be laying any type of money on this, any type of eyes on this game. No one should watch this game. No one should touch this game. I don't think I'm going to touch this game. I don't think there's a single thing. That's not true. I can find an angle here. Mac Jones is going to throw a pick. I can work with that.
I don't know if is he starting?
Bet. All right, fine. Then Mac Jones 2.0, Bailey's happy. A cool Mac Jones then is going to throw a pick.
He's not cool, Mac Jones. He's just
No,
diet
no,
Mac
yeah, but
Jones.
his name is Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, like not not to be biased, I think Mac Jones is like a stereotypical like that dude's the captain of the high school football team type name. Same with not the same level as Zappy, but like say what you will about the Patriots QB room, we have names. Do we have arms? No. Do we have legs? No. But
This
we
is
have
sad.
names.
This is sad what you're doing, Brandon. This is very sad. From a,
If
from a,
this was a fiction
from a
book,
from a team
the
from a
Patriots would
franchise
be
that come
dominating.
from such a high standard.
Yeah.
This is sad. I hate to see you like this. I really do.
I
I
will
still like once a week I just like think to myself in my head like that wind game against the Bills was sweet.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That was such a sick game. I'm pretty sure I had Patriots defense in fantasy football for that game and Nick Folk, which was why I was so bought in after too. Another one thing I will give to you, Brandon, is Patriots defense has been playing well. They've allowed 10 or less points in the last 3 games. They're 0-3 in those games. One of those being a 6 nothing loss. That's hate to see that's tanking in like the sexiest way, in my opinion. But
It was
and
6-0 at
then
half.
yeah,
Oh,
and
wait a second.
then
Wait a second. Mitch Trubisky's playing, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
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 okay.
and I
That's
was
a
and I was
defensive
gonna
touchdown.
say and I was gonna say like I mean uh shit, what was I gonna say? The Steelers are never favored by 6 points or win by 6 points. So maybe I will take I'm not going to take the Patriots plus 6 because if the Steelers do end up crushing the Patriots, then I'm going to be really mad at myself for betting on Bailey Zappi and the Patriots. I'm betting the under. That's it.
Yeah. What I will say is that like when I went to go look at the stats related to this game, it did force me to realize that like Kenny Pickett is having a very similar season to Mac Jones, except fewer touchdowns and fewer picks. So make of that what you will. But I think Kenny's obviously been struggling, but it didn't really hit until I looked at that.
FanDuel won't let me take either quarterback to throw a pick. That's messed up, man. Just make the odds high at least. Don't take it completely off.
I mean, they
Where's
might go
defensive touchdown?
bankrupt.
I can't go defensive touchdown either.
That's fucked up.
No, hold on. I mean,
Maybe
not
maybe
be
they're
able to.
just maybe they're just not out yet. You gotta wait till tomorrow.
I mean, I am gonna check again tomorrow, 100%. I'm not gonna do. This might be the first. This might be the first game that I sit out the over 3.5 field goals. I really don't think either team is capable of crossing the 50 more than 4, maybe 5 times. And even then, that just because you cross the 50 doesn't mean you'll score off of it. They could fumble. They
You know
will
about
fumble.
Chad Ryland. Might just missed the kick. Screw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to that for a second. That Patriots Giants game, that game was so bad that it was so good. Nobody won that game. The Patriots missed the field goal. That's exactly how there's only 2 ways that game could have ended. With somebody missing a field goal so that neither team wins, or a tie.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only real winner there is Tommy Cutlets.
People
I mean,
loved him.
he just got named the starter going forward. Picked him up because I have Trevor Lawrence in a league. So
Yeah,
let's go,
even
Tommy.
Tyrod came back too, so that's still huge to win that job. Let's go. Yeah, go Tommy. Who do they even play this week? The
Giants?
Packers. They got the Packers this week. It's gonna be a tough one. Packers have been playing some good football lately.
We'll get to
We're
that.
kind
I
of
have
bounced.
thoughts on the Packers.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
Do you
just
want to
go.
jump to your team, Al?
Let's go Colts Bengals. They're -1.5 at the Bengals. Jake Browning just cooked the Jaguars. So, and Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd. I don't know if T. Higgins will be back or not yet, but if he's back, they're gonna have a day against the Colts cornerbacks.
I want to say something.
What's up?
Brandon knows ball. Brandon
Thank
may
you,
be,
Jose. Thank you.
Brandon may be the smartest one here.
Let's
Um,
relax.
Only on Monday
no,
I
that
was.
was that. No, Ellis. That was an extremely sharp take in the group chat. Brandon went in and he said, "You guys are gonna think I'm crazy," and yeah, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on the Bengals money line. Now, I did think he was crazy, but then you made the point of it being a whiteout game, and that's such a good point. And here we are. Here we are.
And also I said that, and then I said the Jags need to win this.
You
So
did say
not
that.
a shot in hell.
You did say that, and that was also super. Like I remember reading that point. That's why I honestly stayed away from the game because you were like, the Jags need to win this game, so of course they won't. And I was like, that's a very valid point.
Did I don't know if I put it in there too, but I said it to Mike, who was sitting next to me at the bar when we were watching that game. I go, I'm waiting for the Jags to get their first touchdown, and then I'm getting in. So it was as soon as they got that first 6 points, bam, plus 800, get out.
Wow.
I almost cashed when it went to overtime. I'll be honest. I was just sitting there staring at the phone.
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
That's insane.
But I can't take him. I don't know if I could take him again though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think, but I don't know. You know what the problem is? It's anyone's playoff to make at this point. You guys see that in the Hunt graphic the other day?
Oh yeah.
Which one?
Dude, they in the Hunt graphic the other night that they showed, there's pretty much every team is in the hunt right now. It's pretty bad. So no, I don't know. It's wide open. Go ahead.
You got 4 teams at 7-5 with Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Indy, and Houston. Then you got Denver, Cincinnati, who's still in it. The Bills, who are at 6-6. Any of those teams could light up. I mean, well, except Denver. I mean, they're still hot. Then Chargers and Raiders, who are like hanging by a thread. They would just have to get luck and rely on other teams to lose. I'm feeling good as a Colts fan right now, though. Not as good as I was before the Jaguars Bengals game. I was expecting the Bengals to lose, but it doesn't really matter because now the Colts are actually 1 game behind the Jaguars for the division. Like Colts could even mess around and win the division. It sucks that Trevor Lawrence got hurt though, but yeah, if CJ Beathard can't rattle off some wins for the Jaguars, then Colts have a very easy schedule coming up. They got the Bengals, the Steelers, the Falcons, the Raiders, and the Texans. If they can go, if they can go, I'm trying to think, like 4-2. Did I even do my math right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. If they can go 4-1 in those games, or 3-2, I think they're in the playoffs. And one of those wins has to be against the Steelers or the Texans, though.
Yeah, and I think that like the Browning magic only lasts one game, so I feel like you're probably good there.
We'll see. We'll see. The Colts cornerbacks are still, I mean, the defense has been playing not terrible lately, and we got Grover Stewart coming back from his 6-game PD suspension, but he's one of the best run defender D tackles in the league. So I think that's gonna help a lot, but Jamar Chase might be able to eat all day.
Sorry,
I
I just got a
I
Snapchat notification saying our landlord, who I just added his contact, is on there and asked me to add him as a friend. I think not. I don't think that's something I'm gonna do.
I've gotten that before. That's amazing.
shoot your shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. You never know. I love the over in this game. 43.5. I think they're gonna hit that 100%. I think the Bengals can score points on the Colts. The Colts, all they do is score over 20 points. It's what they do.
Shout out Michael Pittman. He's been killing it lately. Alec Pierce finally had his game too. You know, our boy Sully's pumped about that, Brandon.
Oh, absolutely. He was big on Pierce, like basically during that whole Cincinnati run. It was, he was big on Pierce. He was big on Sauce, not on Ritter. He was smart enough to know that wasn't the reason that team was good. But Sully knows
Yeah.
ball.
All right. Yeah. I don't really know. I'm gonna stay away from this. I usually try to stay away from Colts games. The only thing I've ever really done is do like an emotional like hedge bet against like on the other team's money line. Uh, but yeah, let's.
No, that 43.5 is gonna be my main parlay. That's a really good number. I'm looking at this more and more. There's no way both teams don't score 20 points.
I'll be so upset if Gardner Minshew like fumbling like 3 times is my biggest fear. But I don't. He's been playing good football lately. We'll see.
No.
Yeah,
All right.
it's awesome to see where the Colts are at. Like after losing Anthony Richardson, this is where they are. Did not think they would be here. All right, let's go Rams, Ravens. Rams at Ravens, Baltimore -7.5. I think the Ravens are gonna win, but it feels like too many points. Like the Ravens are a little chargery, but they actually finish games.
I
Yeah,
love
their
that. I
defense is
love
actually
that.
good.
I love that. That's an amazing take. You're so right. I've been looking for the words to describe the Ravens because I'm not fully bought in on them and I don't know what it is. You're exactly right, Ellis. They got a little charger in them.
It's like you watch them first half, it's like, oh, this is a really good football team. It somehow like manages to still be close, like, and the fourth quarter, like something like it's always a close game in the fourth quarter, but the Ravens always manage to just for the most part get the win. They've had some heartbreaking, like pretty disappointing losses, but yeah, but they don't, yeah, they finish games.
Yeah, their defense is good enough to keep them from fully losing most of these. I mean, they lost to the Colts in overtime. They've had bad losses. They almost blew it against the Cardinals there a couple weeks ago. So like they've come so close to charging, and then that defense just remembers, wait a minute, we're not letting this happen.
Yeah, I
Yeah, because
think
I'm like thinking about it now. I don't remember Ravens games. Like I don't I'm like going back to like last week. Did they play last week?
I think they had a bye, right?
the Ravens,
Even then, they just
I think they did, because I remember talking about Justin Tucker on the podcast missing a field goal.
oh yeah, I did say that. But that's exactly my point. Like I don't know, me personally. It has nothing to do with the Ravens. Really, Ravens fans, all three of you, relax. I just don't.
Bubba.
I don't know. it really isn't even like a dig. Me personally, like I guess maybe because they're not in my division, they've never been a direct rival, stuff like that. I just don't pay attention to them.
I mean, I'm a big Harbaugh guy. You know me.
He's
I think the
not.
reason they're kind of not for I don't really want to call them forgettable this
They had a
season,
bye
but
last
like
week.
they're kind of the way they're winning these games, they're not like they're not super impressive wins besides when they blew the doors off Detroit. So you're just kind of like, all right, another win. Okay. Like nothing to write home about with any of these games that they've played in so far. But they need this one desperate. That one seed in the AFC is wide open. So if they're going to make noise with that, and I think they kind of need that one seed in order to actually be a legitimate threat to anyone in the playoffs, they're going to need that. So this is a game they got to get.
What's up with their injuries too? Aren't their wide receivers like going down left and right, but then coming back and then going down?
Bateman's questionable. That's all I'm seeing here. I know Zay had the 2 touchdowns last time they played.
Yeah, it's just him right now. Just Rashad Bateman questionable, but everyone else seems to be playing. Okay, I don't know. I think I probably won't touch this game. 7.5 is too high, but if I had to take a pick, it would be Ravens minus 7.5 because Vegas is asking you to take the Rams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad the Rams have had a little bounce back here. I like when Matt Stafford's doing well. He's just one of the few exciting quarterbacks that's still standing vertically left. So glad to see him still around and doing a lot better than he was. Ellis, I think he might be muted.
Damn. Okay. The worst part is I don't remember what I think I tried to say one thing maybe 30 seconds ago, but whatever. All right, let's go to the Jaguars Browns. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Is it Joe Flacco or DTR?
I have no idea, and I feel like I've heard both.
If it's Joe, I'm on the Browns. If it's DTR, I'm on the Jaguars.
I think I'm on the Browns no matter what. I don't know who CJ Beathard is. Maybe Doug Peterson is just gonna outcoach him. Well, I know the defense is a little banged up for the Browns too, but Christian Kirk is out. I don't know what it's gonna be like with CJ Beathard.
All I'm gonna say, just throwing it out there, do with this information what you want. Doug Peterson, not a stranger to losing a star quarterback in the middle of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Is CJ Beathard Nick Foles though? Like
he came from the Niners. He's never done amazing, obviously. That's why he's a backup, but he did have a starting job for a bit there, and like wasn't Mac Jones horrible. So
yeah. Well, this is kind of a win-win. This is a win-win for me. I didn't even realize this for a Colts fan. If the Jaguars lose, and Colts win, we're either tied with them or we're a game behind. We have to get a game ahead of them though, because they beat us twice this season, so they'll have the tiebreaker most likely. But if the Browns lose, then and the Colts win, they should hopefully jump them in the wild card standings and still stay game behind the Jaguars.
Yeah. This is only a win-win situation if the Colts win.
Yeah, as I was saying as I was saying those two like situations, I was like, well, the Colts have to win for both of those to happen too.
That's like one of those situations where I'm like, when I have a bet in and I'm like, wait, that'll just take the other side, and then there's no way I could lose here, and then you're like, oh, there's a way I could lose everything now.
Mm-hmm. Oh
God,
disgusting.
Yeah, you know what?
Before we get off the Jags quick, I just want to. Did you guys see about Trevor walking back to the locker room with the high ankle sprain?
Apparently, he asked for no cart,
which I can respect from him as like a football guy. Like, I'm gonna walk, but like, you need to have an adult on that sideline who says no, and you're gonna thank me tomorrow. And like in that same article where I saw where he said, no, I didn't want the cart. He even said like, yeah, that might have not been the best decision by me. It's like, yeah, someone on that sideline should have been saying, no, stupid, sit down.
No, 100%. I agree. Like that's even on it. And I'm glad he came out and said that may have not been the best decision by me. Cause it's not about being tough. It's like, do you want to injure yourself on that walk even more? Do you want to stress it while you're already hurt? Or do you want to play the next game?
Exactly. You need someone to save your player from themselves in those situations. And it's a little bit concerning that no one on that sideline did that.
No, I agree. I agree on that point. There's no reason. And it was so sad too. They cut it like 5 minutes later, they cut to him just like after we were all done with it, and he's still walking in the hallway.
It's dude, it's low key far to get back where he had to get to. Like it's not a small walk, and then you got ramps and everything else. Like
It's gonna
he
be
probably
me
that's
in
probably a
10.
quarter mile he walked.
It's gonna be me in 10 years after running some full court at the Y.
You bring me the golf cart.
Yeah. So I have a random thought that just popped in my head. I need to say it before I forget it. We haven't had a tie yet, right? This season. We haven't had a tie. I don't think we have, and I really want there to be one. Colts
You know
had
what
the
you just
tie
did to
last year,
yourself, right?
which was
No tie.
I think you just signed the Colts up for a tie.
sometimes a tie
That's
helps.
actually a very tie game.
Sometimes a tie helps.
I might bet the tie.
We got backup quarterback against backup quarterback. There's gonna be gross stuff
Dude, like
happening.
half the games are backup quarterbacks versus backup quarterbacks. It's insane.
Yeah, but this is like I
A
think
bad year for people who say we should stop playing football because it hurts.
Yeah.
They're really winning. They're really standing on business right now. Not really much to say when I get mad because I do fantasy and I can't keep one lineup for more than a week.
Yeah. All right. I'm done spending this much time on Jaguars Browns. We went off on a tangent there. I did. Let's go. Little frisky NFC South matchup. Bucs Falcons. Falcons -1.5. I don't even know what to do. It could go
The
either ways, but
Bucs.
the Falcons could. You know what? I'll go that way. Mike
The
Evans
Bucs.
is a
I love
stud.
the Bucs. I believe in Baker. I think Baker's good. On the road, he's not that good, but I think that I don't know. I just think offensively they can produce more than the Falcons can, and the Falcons choose to not produce offensively, so that also helps.
They only put up 13 on the Jets last week, so that is a little scary.
and gave
Jets
up
have
a
a good
safety.
defense.
Yeah,
Jets have
true.
a good defense, but their offense gives you so many opportunities to score.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's also like a stat that you can't really control is like when you're playing the Jets, you only score 13 points. Like I understand the defense is good, but like you've got to be in such a different headspace when you walk into that field, just knowing like, okay, we didn't score on that drive, boys, but we're gonna get the ball back in a couple seconds. Don't worry, we're gonna try again, and then again, and again, and again. I would just be having fun. I'd be spending time like making sure that we can use every single touchdown celebration that we tried in practice. Like we're doing everything. Well, we're doing everything against them.
Yeah, this is kind of a gross matchup. I do lean Bucks also, just for the sole purpose, kind of is like they have Mike Evans. I can point to that guy and say
I
he's
love
going to
Mike
do
Evans.
stuff this Sunday.
Bucks
Uh,
plus 1.5, plus 100 on the money line, and the over under set at 39.5.
I'll lean Bucks too, but you guys know me. I hope Bijan has a good game.
Absolutely. Also, congratulations, Mike Evans, another 1,000-yard receiving season. Love that guy.
He's a
Hall of
stud.
Famer.
He's a stud. He's gonna get into the Hall of Fame. I think
Has to.
I
100%.
I think everybody will give him like his flowers, but I gotta look at
He's
I
always
gotta I
there.
gotta I gotta look at the all-time numbers when it's all over because it's gonna be really impressive. And he was never. Has there ever been a point where he was like a top 5 receiver, like in his
No, he just
in a
sneaks
Oh,
up
yeah.
on
season?
you. You're like, he just sneaks up on you. That's the thing. He just doesn't think widely. And the next thing you know, you're like, oh, look at that. Mike Evans, another 1,000 yards.
He's a stud. I remember last year we were having the conversation where it was like if you had one guy goal, I think it was like goal line fade, like who do you want? And like even last year, not at the peak of his powers, I was like, that's Mike, give me Mike Evans, dude. He just goes up and gets that thing 10 times out of 10, even now.
He's awesome. Shout out Moe for that trade. I know you're driving around in that Saratoga PD whip right now. And what I be yeah, he dropped like 25 when I played him in fantasy this week. Yeah, that's all I got for this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a gross one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this next game I think we can go briefly over to Lions at Bears. It's only -3. I think I
Really?
mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree
Did
with
you
it. I'm
say
out on the lines. I'm
I
out on the
know
lines. I'm out on the lines.
they almost blew it on the Saints, but like they still took care of business.
Doesn't matter.
Like
It's exactly what you just said. No, no. Every time I've gambled on them, and that's really when you get to know a team. When you put money with them, you watch every single snap, you follow along. They're just not. This game is primed for them to lose. It's prime. The money line's low enough where you want to ride it, put it in your main parlay. It's gonna spoil the day. The Bears are gonna come out and they're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same way. I mean, we all bet them on Thanksgiving, obviously. And after that, that kind of opened my eyes. It's like, are the Lions real or do I want the Lions to be real? And
Wait a second. I just
I
walked
just
into a trap.
want them.
I
What's
just
up?
walked into a trap. I just walked into a trap. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh
I
no.
just I just got I just got one of those like hit me moment. This is one of those games where the play is 100% going to be if the Bears are up by two scores halfway through the second quarter and above, you want to take the Lions. If the Bears are up going into the fourth quarter, money line on the Lions because they will lose the game. They play chicken shit football at the end of games, trying to lose the game because they want to tank. But you play strong, prove a point, and then lose, and I think that's gonna happen.
I
Yeah,
like that.
that
I like
yeah,
that a
I like
lot.
yeah, I'm probably gonna stay away from the spread. What's the total? 43 and a half?
43 and a half.
Maybe I'll tease that down. We'll see. Not I'm undecided on that. I think Amon-Ra could have a decent game though, or Sam Laporta, who's been awesome.
I think the play might be Bears money line and then the cash out option and then live bet the Lions after. That might be the play.
Okay,
I might just do a Montgomery touchdown and that's it.
I like it. I like it. All right, let's
Well,
go.
my bad. Before we move on,
Yeah,
that's kind of what hit me, Brandon. When I was the last time the Lions and the Bears played, I had David Montgomery anytime touchdown and Lions money line parlayed together, and I had a decent penny on it, and it was really putting a fork in my mood because the Bears were walking all over the Lions, and the Lions came back and then scored the walk off, the game winning touchdown was a Montgomery touchdown. So I was bugging out. That was a great day for me.
That's electric.
yeah. All right, let's move on to Texans at Jets -3.5 for the Texans.
I have a question. I need you guys to point me in the right direction here. Why is that -3? And
I was
wasn't it
about,
minus? Was it ever -5.5, or did I just completely never like make that up? Please tell me I made that up.
I
I don't
don't
remember seeing it.
no,
Okay.
I didn't no, I didn't think so. This is the first time I'm looking at the spread right now. I'm basically saying the same thing that I was gonna say last week for Falcons Jets. Like Jets defense, they played good last week against the Falcons. Falcons had Desmond Ritter. This is CJ Stroud. I I know they released Tim Boyle too. Their Zach Wilson is starting, right? That
Yeah, he's
okay.
starting.
Yeah. Doesn't that's 5-10% better than Tim Boyle. And if that report is true about Zach Wilson being reluctant to start again to begin with, I don't blame him. Like, this is such a shitty situation for him. Wasn't supposed to start after Aaron Rodgers got hurt. They didn't do anything. They could have traded for Dobbs. They could have traded for Jameis Winston. They could have signed like guys out of free agency. But they didn't do anything. They just kept riding with Zach Wilson, and New York media like just kept shitting on him and yeah, destroyed his confidence. I
Mhm.
it actually would be cool to see Zach Wilson play good again, but I do think the spread is too low. Texans are gonna win. Random thought, it would be awesome to see Zach Wilson go to another team and just be awesome. Or just a better quarterback than he is for the Jets.
This game for
Yeah.
me, this game for me is like very like like I don't know. I just do the math in your head, right? Do you think the Jets can score over 9 points?
No.
Added either not even pick six, just good field goal. I mean, a good field range for another touchdown. So it's another 7 points. So that gives you anywhere between 20 to 21 points for the Texans. And by simple math, it's Texans -3.5.
Mhm.
Those are amazing points.
I like that little algebra we just did there.
I have a
Yeah, no,
really fun
I
fact.
plugged it into the system and it's a system play.
So
System play.
I sent this to Brandon earlier. Ian Harvitz on Twitter, or I no, I said his last name completely wrong, but whatever.
No free
But
plugs. He's good.
yeah, well he tweeted it. It's week 14 and the Jets running backs have a combined 0 carries inside the 5-yard line this season. The Jets running backs have 0 carries inside the 5-yard line this season.
It's not like they
Oh,
brought in a Pro Bowler or anything to do that, you know.
dude, there are so many funny Jets low yardage stats. It's hilarious, dude.
I
Dude,
said it to Ellis earlier that that's just such an unserious team between like that stat, them not bringing up an actual backup quarterback for their 39 soon to be 40-year-old quarterback behind a bad offensive line. Like that's just not things you do if you're serious about making a playoff and Super Bowl run.
Having
So
one of the best defenses in the NFL, but also balancing out by having one of the worst offenses to ever exist in the NFL.
right. And like their whole thing
To
was, I
no
guess,
fault of talent either. No fault of no lack of talent. Garrett Wilson's a stud.
he is
What's the running back?
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall.
Brees.
Brees
My
Hall and
God,
Dalvin Cook,
Brees.
though. The offensive line is terrible, though. It just
No, the
sucks.
offensive line is made out of toothpicks. It's non-existent.
Paper mache
Yeah.
and bubble gum.
Mhm.
Yeah. It sucks. I don't know. Let's go. I think we covered most of the 1 o'clock games. I know we skipped one of them, Panthers Saints, but whatever. Let's go to the 425 games. All right, 425 games. We got Seahawks, Niners. The Niners are 10.5 favorites. They smoked them when they played 2-3 weeks ago. Didn't they beat them by more than 10.5 when they played? Stouty was on it. He was like, "Yep, adjust it, -9.5 or minus like 13."
Yeah, they definitely did that. They covered that. I remember.
Yeah, I was just about to say Stouty gave me that pick. I made money off of that one. That was good. That was a good feeling. And that sucks. I don't want to say it, but like I'm gonna do it again. Except this time I have to go 13.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I'm only going to take the spread this go around, but I kind of see a similar game script to last time. They just kind of bully. They bully everyone they play, really.
Niners
They're
are.
home. The whole concept was playing in Seattle was the hard part.
Yeah, I didn't even mention that either. This will probably be in my teaser parlay as well. What I want to kind of get off my chest too, that is going to get us a little off topic, but we're talking about the Niners now. Like, I get that Brock Purdy has been probably one of the most consistent quarterbacks all season, and when you look at the numbers, he's up there like in all the good categories, but it's just I've lost faith in the MVP award after Derrick Henry rushes for 2,000 yards, first time since Adrian Peterson 2012. Who won the MVP award? He does it, but no, they give it to Aaron Rodgers. And then the next year, in an era where it's a pass first offense, Cooper Kupp gets the Triple Crown award in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns, and Aaron Rodgers gets the MVP award again. So, and Tyreek Hill is doing unreal things. Like right now, Christian McCaffrey doing unreal things. Like I just think that the if Brock Purdy wins the MVP, I'm gonna be very upset because he's like the betting favorite on some sites right now, and to me, it doesn't make sense. I can't stand it. I get that quarterback is the most important position, but no one's doing anything crazy this year. Like, and
Hot take.
what's up?
I completely agree with everything you said. I think that Christian McCaffrey should be the MVP over Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill is doing incredible things and irreplicable things, but Christian McCaffrey is also doing that in an era where we've lost faith in the running back position. No one wants to give him their credit. No one consider it overly too important. You don't want to invest too much in the position, and he's showing that with when you have Christian McCaffrey on the field, and I hate to say this, but what happened against the Eagles, and the reason why I knew we lost that game very early into it is because we couldn't stop Christian McCaffrey, which means no matter what, they were just going to run the ball whenever they couldn't do anything and just get 5 yards every single time at a bare minimum. And if you can't stop that, then it opens up the entire rest of the field. Obviously, they have great options, so that makes it a little bit easier. But without Christian McCaffrey, that offense completely changes. Any team would be revamped if you had a Christian McCaffrey.
I think it
It's also,
should
don't get me wrong, coaching, but again, I think Christian McCaffrey should be taking it just because of the timing.
I think it should be Tyreek Hill, but if like somehow Christian McCaffrey won the MVP award, I would still be very happy about it. Like instead of it going to a quarterback this year.
McCaffrey has more receiving yards than the leading receiver for the Patriots. Sorry, I just had to get that out.
Tyreek Hill has more receiving yards than the Patriots receivers combined and the Jets, and there's
Did you
one
guys
other team. Tyreek Hill has more receiving yards than three NFL teams receivers combined right now. It's insane. What was up,
Oh,
Jose?
did you guys see the Chase Brostek tweeted out? He goes, "Y'all don't understand that when I say this, I'm not kidding. If Brock Purdy wins the MVP, I am going to kill myself. I know people make jokes like that sometimes to be edgy, but I'm 100% serious. If this happens, I'm taking my own life." And then yesterday, quote retweets himself, and he goes, "77 bookmarks. I'm actually gonna have to stand on business if this happens."
Oh, no. Oh, that's
Jesus
awful.
Christ.
I was thinking about it earlier, and I think if Tua and Brock Purdy swap teams, there would be like no difference in my opinion. And just like maybe like maybe stats look a little different, and maybe one of the teams has like a one loss or win difference, but I feel like they're in the same situation right now where I mean Tua I don't think we're giving Tua that much credit right now, but Brock Purdy's getting a lot of credit, and he's in a system where he's got a bunch of all pros around him.
That's the thing, and that's not to get confused here. Like, no one's saying Brock Purdy isn't good. No one's saying Brock Purdy isn't doing incredible things by going from Mr. Irrelevant to a legitimate quarterback in the NFL. Like, any team, most teams right now would be very fucking happy to have Brock Purdy on their team. And not just because it's like a good backup or a decent quarterback to get by. He's one of the better ones in the league. He's not playing at an MVP caliber of a level. That's insane.
No, he'd have to be breaking passing records with the
I
weapons on
don't
that
think
offense for me to
Tua
like
is.
put him there.
I don't think Jalen Hurts is. I don't think Tua is. I don't think any quarterback right now is playing at that. Maybe CJ Stroud, but he's recently not so much.
I want to shout out my
Jalen,
boy. Ooh, you can go.
I was gonna say Jalen at least has like the rushing touchdowns to like kind of back it up
Yeah.
if that's the route it goes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if we got to be fair. This podcast is all about when I'm biased, it's it's justified. But when it comes down to it, if you're gonna count all the rushing touchdowns by Jalen, yeah, same way I tell Dolphins fans that Tua's touchdowns are an inflated stat because they beat the piss out of bad teams. The Jalen Hurts thing, you could plug in any player there and it most likely would work on the Eagles. You know what I mean? Listen, maybe it wouldn't work every single time like it does with Jalen. Don't get me wrong. He definitely does his job and he's a huge part of the reason why it works. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like if it gets on the 1 yard line, most teams will give it to the running back. We have something that other people don't have that works every time. So we just give it to our running back. So again, it's an important stat, but it could be, I could, if someone wanted to come at me for that stat, I can't legitimately tell them that they're crazy for thinking that.
Mhm.
All I want to do, one last thing I want to say is I want to shout out my boy Deacon. He had a really spicy take in a fantasy football group chat earlier when we were talking about Brock Purdy. I don't I don't completely agree with it, but it was extremely spicy. It was from an angle that I've never heard, and it was like, and he said if he was on the Titans, he would have been benched for Will Levis by now.
That's wrong.
I
That's wrong.
I don't, yeah, I didn't necessarily agree with it, but I was like, this is spicy. I don't hate it. Like,
Definitely some
yeah,
red pepper in there.
I don't hate it. I also just want to say, this is trust tree right now. Okay, nothing, no praise that I gave to the 49ers previously or anything I said about the Eagles can be used against me. If you come at me on any single point of the ones that were mentioned in this podcast or anything else pertaining to the Eagles, or telling me that Jalen Hurts does not deserve the MVP, I have time. I have time, so I will be standing on business.
Get ready for a lot of go birds if you try coming at Jose with that weak shit.
yeah,
Yeah, no, you listen. The boys here know me. You gotta have some tough skin.
yeah. Give us the Niners. All right, let's go. I'm gonna be honest. I want to skip Vikings Raiders. All I want to say is I hope Justin Jefferson's back because I have him in like 2 different fantasy leagues.
I'm fine to skip that. I don't
Y-
care. The
y-
spread's -3. Over under 40.5. I
Yeah.
don't have a play at all.
Chargers Broncos. I don't want Brandon Staley really to coach anymore the Chargers. I mean, it really doesn't matter actually if he still coaches whatever. I'm not like a fan of the team. I just feel bad for Justin Herbert. I kind of want to see the Chargers be good, so I'm hoping like the Broncos win. Chargers keep losing games. Maybe they get a good player with their high draft pick, but yeah, I don't give me the Broncos. I heard that they travel well too, so it's not going to be like that much of an away game for the Broncos.
Nah, and I say if it's in Los Angeles, it's just kind of straight up a home game for Denver.
That's definitely like SoFi Stadium. That's definitely like a game that Broncos fans have circled. So should look up from last year how that turned out for them because yeah, their divisional opponents they played at LA last year.
Yeah, and
Well,
I
go
say
ahead.
I like how the Broncos have turned this around this season. Like they
This
started out in
this could
bad
be
shape.
this could be kind of a gross game too. Like if 40 the total's 43.5. This might be like another like I bet the under maybe I'll take it straight up or maybe I'll tease it. Maybe I'll make it my rent free because Chargers like there's one part it never goes right for one side of the ball for them. Like it's either their defense that's it's terrible. They've been playing all right lately, but then their offense has been very bad lately. And the Broncos, they have been playing good, but it's not like they're lighting it up with points. Like they're just scraping by. So 43.5, that feels like too many points. It's a divisional opponent. I might take that under or at least tease it.
I don't
I
hate it.
I really like the Broncos here. I think it's a I want to call it a system play, but I think I'm just justifying it. I think this is a I'm sick of the Chargers. Honestly, we skipped the Panthers and the Saints game, but I think I might take the Panthers because I'm sick of the Saints. It's the same concept. I'm tired. I mean, I've had enough of them on my screen. Okay, I don't enjoy watching them play football. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. Get it off my screen. I just and then Chargers shouldn't be -2.5 fit. Yeah, I'm going Broncos. I'm going Broncos. I think I stand with the Broncos. I really don't like Russell Wilson. I'm not gonna lie to you, but Broncos country, let's ride.
Well, like in a weird way, the Broncos loss last week was better than the Chargers win. As like as dumb as that is to say
Yes,
out
yes.
loud.
No, 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 no. But Brandon, we're just coming off of college football. My brain is fresh on that kind of thought process. You don't understand. I was sitting there on college ball. Like there were so many scenarios running through my head, some tweets. I think there was one that was like Bama over Georgia is a better win than Texas over Bama, making Texas over Bama a better win than Bama over Georgia. And that's electric. I was just
You just
crying
got the
so
snake
many of
eating
those.
itself. Yeah. Oh, by the way, thoughts and prayers, to Florida State. Y'all got fucked, in my opinion. But
And also, very quick, last thing on college football, just for anyone who was complaining about what was going on this year, just remember that years ago, what they used to do is they used to have a bunch of bowl games, and then after everybody played their bowl game, the committee would just pick a winner, pick a national champion. No game,
it was
just
even
pick one.
worse than that. It was a computer that picked it. It wasn't
Yeah,
even like
it
people.
was yeah.
It was like this computer just came
Back
out
when
and said, like, hey,
technology
by the
still
way,
wasn't good.
it's Notre Dame, who wasn't even in the championship game this year. It's like, wait a minute, how the hell?
Yeah, yeah, and that's a real thing. Look it up. College football is the best thing in the world. That's why it's my favorite sport. It's chaos. But let's get back to NFL because I could talk about college football all day.
Go blue. That's all I'm gonna say. They're
Ew. All
I'm
right,
more
then.
scared of Bama, but they played Florida State. They would have whomped them by 30, in my opinion. But Bama actually has a good chance. I think they could
FSU.
they could
Listen,
defend the run better. We'll see though.
if anyone is an FSU fan for your future reference, anytime, just trust me, okay? Just me and you, just me and you. Everyone else, if you're not an FSU fan, you can't listen right now. This is the best case scenario here, guys. Okay, we're just gonna say we won the national champion. I'm gonna claim it. I was in Miami. I was the school that I was on. Guys, we won the net. We could have said we would have won it, but we got robbed. And now we never have to prove it. All we have to do is beat Georgia. If we beat Georgia, we get to go on such a run, and say we got robbed. Because the reality of it is we would have gotten fucking whomped by Michigan. Okay, so like, we gotta admit that too. It wouldn't have been close. They would have fucking shit pumped it. All right, trust free over.
What you guys really need to do is have like 6 or 7 starters sit out that game. So regardless, even if you lose, you can still say, yeah, we had 6, 7 starters not play. It doesn't even matter. If you have
They should
6,
boycott
7
the game.
starters
They
out
should
and
boycott it.
win,
They
you
should
get
boycott it. What
double
do they have
credit.
to lose? What do they have to lose? They should just not show up. They should just not play it. They literally have nothing. Stick it right back to the NCAA. Probably legally can't do that, but
Hey, yeah, guys got drafts coming up, transfer portal. We got to think about player health here.
I would say boycott the game as a fucking whole entirely. Don't even show up. Stick it right back to them. Give them no game.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that actually.
Cam
Yeah.
Thomas is trending. Why?
Oh,
Jesus. All right. Let's go. Let's go Bills at Chiefs. Chiefs minus 1.5.
Yeah, sorry, hold on.
Totals
I
48.5. What's up?
I gotta say, just because for the listeners, I have Cam Thomas 20 points, and this is my first time ever betting on the Nets. I've never watched the Nets game. Just a coworker of mine told me to put him in my parlay. Said he was going to drop 30 tonight. I took him to drop 20. Cam Thomas is trending on Twitter. The first tweet says, "I swear to God, this is my first time ever fucking with Cam Thompson, and look at this shit." So that's pretty cool. That's where it is right now. I thought Cam Thompson over 20.5 was a steal, but that brother got 0 right now.
bro.
It's so
Yeah,
weird.
okay, let's
He's
go
either
back to
dropping like 30, 40 points or he gets 0. Sorry, bro. It's still halftime though. It's not too late. Maybe he could find a way. Let's go. Yeah, but let's go Bills Chiefs. I don't even know what to do about this game because Mahomes has no receivers. Their defense is a little banged up. Bills defense is banged up though, and maybe this is where Josh Allen and the offense can get it going. They played the Eagles tough and they're coming off a bye, so I don't know.
I think Rashee Rice has kind of been the last couple weeks trending up, right? I know he had his 100-yard game there, and that was the first for a Chiefs receiver.
He has been really good, but I'm still not. I like Rashee Rice, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like, oh boy, Rashee Rice, this is come I mean, even if he gets 6 catches, 80 yards, 8 catches, 90 yards, 100 yards, who knows if that's going to be enough. Isn't the Chiefs defense is banged up a little bit, so it could be a shootout, so we'll see. I think the Bills might be able to put up points on the Chiefs.
This is a get right game for both of these teams. Is why it's going to make this one hard to bet. And I think I'm just going to punt and go with the Chiefs because of that, just because I believe in that defense a little bit more and the run game a hell of a lot more than I do with the Bills. But this is close.
I want to see Leonard Fournette get carries.
Oh, he's on the Bills, isn't he?
He is. Leonard Fournette. He's been on the team for like 3-4 weeks, but he hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't gotten a single carry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with the Bills. I'm gonna roll with the Bills. Yeah, I think they play the Eagles tough. That means a lot to me. And listen, in the beginning of the season, I mentioned it to you guys. I wrote down in my notes app a couple of things to remember, to remind myself throughout the season because I have short-term memory, right? You learn, and then the next week you forget again. And the number one thing on top of there is do not bet the Chiefs against the spread ever, no matter what, no matter what. And anytime I've gone against that rule this year, I've lost. It's as simple as that. I did it with the Packers. I lost because I'm dumb.
Did you not bet the Eagles?
No, I didn't touch that game. Did I not? No, I had Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. I said that.
Chiefs were minus 2.5 that game, and it was at Arrowhead.
No, you're right. I did. That's not true. I was confusing my games. That one I live bet the Eagles at halftime. We were down 17-7.
This is at Arrowhead too, and it's only minus 1.5. This is like.
I just think the Bills are hungrier, and like it's exactly what you said. Both teams are banged up. Both teams haven't been performing that well. And I really, again, I don't want to push the narrative too much because it seems like I'm butthurt over the Super Bowl, but I don't think the Chiefs are good. I don't think they're a good team at all. I think Patrick Mahomes is really good. I think Travis Kelce is really good. But other than that, I don't think they can move the ball. their offense isn't there. Mahomes isn't throwing his standard 4 touchdowns a game.
I am happy. I am happy that they finally got a loss with Taylor Swift in attendance, though, just so they stop talking about it.
There was a. Did you guys see the TikTok where it was like, the Hunger Games scene where Katniss is about to like go up into the arena, and then it's like her like wardrobe guy or whatever is just getting the crap kicked out of him by the security. It was like that, but it was like Taylor Swift's face on Katniss, and then just like the Chiefs logo on the dude getting the crap kicked out of him by the Packers. It was so funny, but yeah, that was kind of hilarious to have that happen that way.
Was it at
It's
was it at Arrowhead or Lambeau? Like it's funny that she just pulled up to
Lambo.
that's funny that she pulled up to Lambeau. I mean, I guess I
That's all the signs were there not bet the game. I was just dumb.
I wanna I wanna visit Lambeau one day. Like when I have adult money and I can hopefully one day like visit like a bunch of pro stadiums, I do actually want to see Lambeau because I heard that's like all the fans like they circle that on their calendar for like like traveling teams. They want to go to that stadium and it's historic. I want to see what the hype is there.
Hopefully, we're doing it in September.
Yeah, that too. I I mean, maybe if like the Packers were sick, maybe I could bear through like maybe like a January game if it's like an amazing game, that type of deal, but probably not. No, let's go in September. Yeah, we pick some pretty we pick bad timing for the NFL games we go to, Brandon. We went to Bills, Colts, and actually Patriots, Giants both Thanksgiving week. Only other NFL game I've been to was Jets, Bills, and that was second week of December last year. So yeah, never been to like a warm NFL game.
We'll get there one day. So
Yeah.
Jose's Bills. I'm Chiefs. Ellis, where did you come out on this?
Give me Chiefs just because oh God. I'm not confident at all about this pick. Um, but it's not often you get Patrick Mahomes with this small of a spread at Arrowhead. I know I said that about the Eagles with Chiefs yeah, Eagles and Chiefs and Eagles won, but I'm taking advantage of the opportunity. All right. But speaking of Eagles, let's go Eagles Cowboys. We got Eagles at Cowboys -3.5 for the Cowboys. Some spread, if I'm being honest. The feels like all of a sudden everyone just doesn't like the Eagles anymore. I don't think people like the Eagles that much to begin with, but now like people are showing it even more after losing to the Niners. And I'm gonna be honest, what the fuck? Like Cowboys, congrats, you beat the Seahawks. They put up 35 on you though last week. Like you're not a Super Bowl contender. I'm saying it now. You're a good football team. Don't get me wrong. Like Dak is having a really good season. I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow got the stupid MVP award that goes because he was the most consistent quarterback. He wasn't a great quarterback, but he was the most consistent, which yeah, whatever. I know it is in Dallas. I'm going Eagles though. I think they're gonna come back next week. Do you know, was there any major injuries though, Jose? How's Lane Johnson doing? They got my
He's
boy
good.
Shaq Leonard. I don't think they're just gonna throw Shaq right into it.
No,
Maybe he'll play some games, but whatever. Give me the Eagles. Cowboys. Now the best team they beat in are what are they? 6-5 Seahawks, 6-6. I don't even know, but congrats. You beat a team that's one win better than the Rams. Thank God that
6-6, but
Stouty's not here for me to say that.
When I'm out here talking wild shit about the Seahawks, it's all
Yo,
we're
they
gonna
covered though. They
do this. Now Stout's not
Seahawks
here.
covered last week. I
They
said that's
did.
two. I said that's 2 points.
Well, dude, I went into that whole thing thinking like, oh, I'm gonna say how I'm gonna thread the needle parlay on this one, and then all of a sudden I just got backed into shit. Now I just have to take the Cowboys spread, which I did because I'm a man of my word, and I took that loss as you do. But what I
Yeah.
also did was do another parlay with Seahawks like +10, and that came in really well for me. So needle threading can be good if you do it right. and that is don't bet on emotion and tease that Cowboy spread down.
Yeah. Jose, what are your thoughts going into this? How you feeling after that Niners loss?
So that's something to think about it. And so the honest truth, I'm gonna be honest first. I'm a little bit worried about our OC. I've been saying it. I've been singing that to him since day one. Our favorite thing in the world is getting as close as possible to the end zone, but far enough to where we can't tush push and kicking a field goal. It's pretty impressive. We get down there and then we don't know what to do. The game-winning drive against the Chiefs was an audible called by Jalen Hurts on a bomb throw to Devonta Smith. It's worrisome. Now, the spin zone. Um, we didn't show the 49ers anything. We know we're going to see them again, so that's nice. We didn't play them that close, that tough, so they really were impressed. We didn't show any tricks that they didn't already know. That's a good thing. Second thing is 13, 3 games, 13 days, and they're not just 3 games, they're a gauntlet. The Chiefs, the Chiefs, the Bills, and the 49ers. It's pretty tough. Okay, I'm okay with dropping this one. You're gonna have, obviously you don't want to, but if you're gonna drop one, it's fine to drop this one here because we're gonna see him again. That fuels us, gives us the storyline, and now we're
Hopefully you'll
going.
still have a better seed too.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. So now we're going into Dallas. Dallas has been killing it at home. They're 6-0 at home, and that story that line just says like you got to go Dallas. Everyone's shitting on the Eagles. The Eagles are being counted out for some reason. People are now looking at the Cowboys to be the favorites, Dak to be considered for MVP, like all these crazy things. So I think this is the perfect get right game for the Eagles. We have not had a game where we came out and just showed off offensively and defensively, where we just came out, we were dominant, best team in the league, and really, really came out full force. I think that this is a perfect game to do that, especially because the Eagles, the reason we win football games, everyone says that it's because the Eagles make big plays and big moments, which is true. But the reason that happens is because we make halftime adjustments. Sirianni is really fucking good at making halftime adjustments. So a mid-season adjustment is exactly what we need. And I think it's exactly what he's going to do. This morning at the practice facility, fans were standing outside at 7:30 in the morning with giant signs that just said "Run the ball." So Sirianni had staff members from the Eagles bring out coffee, hot coffee to them, and he addressed it in the media. And he was like, "That's not the first time that I've heard it, and you guys are right. We do have to incorporate the run game more. That we've been lacking on that a little bit, and that's going to change moving forward." So the fact that he can listen to the fans that really do have an outside perspective and be in touch with what the fans say without letting it get to him and get to a bad place, use it as constructive criticism, I think is a really, really good sign. So I could look like the biggest idiot in the world, or I think the Eagles are going to come out and this is exactly what we needed. We needed this loss to fix everything and just finish out the season strong and go into the playoffs.
Yeah. The thing that scared me going into that Niners game was you guys hadn't like really smoked anyone in a while. And that's kind of like a stupid thing to say, but like when you're one of these top dominant teams, what I look for is 14 10-point wins. Like I want to see that kind of consistently. I think the last time you guys did that was the Dolphins, if I'm remembering that right. Let me just look at it. Actually, what am I doing? Yeah, okay. Dolphins, 14 points exactly, actually. This is the definition of a get right game for you guys if one exists. So I'm probably going to be back on the Eagles this week. But I'm a little bit concerned about playoffs just because I need to see you guys come out against one of these good teams and, like you said, show we're the best team in the NFL start to finish. We just smoke you.
Here's the thing, though. As much as that, I am worried about it. The number one thing that keeps making me feel very calm is that when you're looking at our competitors, they're not playing their best football either. The 49ers aren't playing as good as they were playing last year. They're shaping around now. So that's maybe, this is the last time I get to use that take, but I'm going to do it. The Chiefs aren't playing their best ball, and then, it doesn't matter once playoffs hit, but he's not figuring it out with his receivers, so that's a really good thing. The Bills were supposed to be a contender. They're not going to be there. It's looking like the Texans might sneak their way in there. The playoffs are pretty wide open right now, and there's no clear like if the Eagles don't figure it out, it's not a guarantee that we just get our shit kicked in the playoffs. Because as much as you want to say like don't let Patrick Mahomes get into the playoffs because it's different, it's the same thing with the Eagles. Don't let us get into the playoffs because it's a different mentality, and that's really when winners win.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me the Eagles. I'm annoyed with the Cowboys. I'm ready to just move on to Titans Dolphins though.
And
If
it's
anyone's
the perfect game. 6-0 at home. Cowboys. They take a step up in class and they lose. They play worse teams. They get the shit kicked.
true.
That's been the formula this year for sure.
Yeah. We got Titans, Dolphins at Dolphins. Dolphins minus 13 and a half. I'm a big guy in too many points, but give me the Dolphins. I just think that the one thing I am gonna note though is without Jalen Phillips, they're not gonna be able to get pressure on Will Levis as much. And I mean that's how you get a rookie quarterback flustered, I think, but I think they don't have anybody to guard Tyreek, even Jalen Waddle. It's just gonna be they're gonna do another fun celebration like the roller coaster one last week. Yeah.
The only thing that scares me for the Dolphins not to win this game is Derrick Henry is getting to the point in the year where he's doing Derrick Henry things and just being an absolute monster every week again. And without Jalen Phillips, that's a little bit concerning for me. But I'm pretty sure they're getting Jerome Baker back this week. If he wasn't back last week, I don't even remember now. But Jerome Baker coming back for that defense is huge and should help a little bit with Tractor Cito back there. But
Yeah,
like you said, the Titans just don't have the dogs really for this fight.
yeah, and they do have they've had Jalen Ramsey back for a little bit now, and the secondary's been playing much, much better lately. So I am confident in the Dolphins, especially with Stouty not here yelling that they're frauds. So yeah, give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, the best part about their secondary is on my team now. So I'm gonna take I don't trust them with the points, so I'm gonna parlay Tyreek Hill and touchdown and 100 yards,
Christian
honestly.
McCaffrey.
No. I'm gonna keep same game in this one. I'm gonna do 100 yards for Tyreek and I'm gonna do touchdown for funsies. And then I'm gonna do Jalen Ramsey interception. Will Levis likes to air it out.
He likes to show off that arm.
He
Yeah.
does. He's been every game I tuned in, he's been airing it out. So Jalen Ramsey's still Jalen fucking Ramsey.
That's all I got for this game. I think Dolphins win. Like they could even get down 7-0 and I think they can still cover, in my opinion.
That would be best case scenario because then I can laugh at.
Exactly. All right. Briefly on this game, Packers at Giants. Tommy DeVito's the starter for the rest of the season. Jordan Love's been playing really good football lately. It's only 36 and a half. You know what? Give me feels like a lot of points. Give me the Packers. I think the very first episode when we came back, I said Matt LaFleur, like he should be like a low key like guy whose seat could be getting a little warm, but no, they've been playing good lately. They coming off a big win against the Chiefs. Maybe this is where they get humbled and it's like, oh, that's right, they're just mediocre. But I don't know. I think the Packers will be able to score at least 14, 21, 14, 17 points, and I don't see Tommy DeVito or the Giants being able to do that.
Yeah, it has to be a monster Saquon game for them to be in this. And he just hasn't really been doing that.
Yeah, maybe I'll do like a Packers money line in like a parlay, but it's too many points, but I'm not confident in either team, so I'm gonna stay away from that. Even 36 and a half is weird to me. I don't know what I would do there. So yeah, you're completely right. The Giants, that's really the only way I think they could win is monster game by Saquon, but who knows? If we all know that Darren Waller might come back this week though, too, which I mean, I don't know who knows how much that affects it, but still something to know.
Before we get off this game, I just want to say thanks NFL for giving us the alternative to watching this game at the same exact time on Monday night, so I don't have to watch this game at all. I can
Yo,
just
I
follow
didn't
the
even realize
ESPN
that.
GameCast. Yeah,
Wait,
both
there's no
You
eight
have two Monday night
15.
games.
there's
Yeah,
no wait, oh, Cowboys Eagles is Sunday night. Awesome. All right. Sweet. I didn't even realize that. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll be on the. I like the Packers minus 6.5. That's easy.
Yeah. Did you see that they're gonna do for the Super Bowl they're gonna do like a SpongeBob Nickelodeon version again?
all right.
Apparently it's gonna be commentated by the play-by-play announcers are SpongeBob and Patrick.
I don't mean to be old man shaking fists at the cloud here. I love the SpongeBob streams when it's first round of the playoffs. It's a game like Packers Giants, and we already know it's a clown show going in. Give me the cartoon or whatever. But
It's not like we're
it's
gonna
the
watch
Super
this.
Bowl.
It's not
We
like we're
gotta.
gonna they the
Ellis, you're not
dude
thinking.
the parents are probably gonna drag their kids to like some Super Bowl party where it's like a lot of adults and maybe like a couple of them have like kids and they're gonna stick them in some other room and they'll have this Nickelodeon show to watch. I'm
I hate that I have
Brandon,
to go to.
I'm telling you now, like Jose, you're gonna be in Albany. We're gonna watch two plays of the
No,
Nickelodeon
wrong. You
stream.
might.
Two
You might.
plays. Two plays.
Listen, guys. I'm gonna go to a dark place here just to prove a point. Ellis, you're not thinking. Okay, you're right. We aren't gonna watch that stream that broadcast, so you would think it doesn't matter. But here's the thing: if we go back to last year's Super Bowl, we go back to that dark place when we had that holding, that terrible, terrible flag at the end of the game. Okay, that was bad enough. If I if I turned my phone on when I turned my phone on 2 days later after that Super Bowl, and I opened up Twitter and I saw Patrick or SpongeBob narrating, "Oh no, they just got a flag," and just hearing that play coming from one of them, I'd throw my phone against the wall.
That is like some sort of psychological abuse having Patrick and SpongeBob cook your team.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can imagine getting cooked by Patrick.
It's supposed to be a safe character. I grew up enjoying this guy laughing. Now he's telling me my team sucks and I'm a loser.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Before we wrap things up, we got a minute left, but so this is next time we're all on here, we'll hopefully you find the time, Jose, but we'll have kicked field goals, done our field goal challenge.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yes,
excited. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I'll
I'm toe
do
balling it
that
from
this weekend.
25. Maybe I'll figure out like the exact form how to do it. I'm not confident in my kicking abilities.
I gotta back up some drunk shit I talked, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to, but we're gonna give it our all.
Yeah. So stay tuned for next week for a really fun video of us trying to kick field goals. We're gonna have some boys and trying to block the kick, snapping, holding. We're gonna have a speaker there. Also want to give a quick shout out to Cole in the semifinals of the national championship this Saturday at 12. ESPN Plus, tune in. He's gonna ball out. Let's fucking go.
Go Dragons.
Hell yeah. Appreciate everyone for listening as always. Jose, Brandon, have a good night. Thank you as always.
Please win, Steelers.